and welcome to magical Otoge Ciel on Otome Hell. We're gonna keep going because Ciel has been rescued. It's good to go. We're happy. It's good stuff. Looks like everything's back in place now. How'd you escape anyway? Ooh, she's not gonna tell him, I'm certain. Because she's not gonna tell him that Yevon is the one who saved her. I'm fairly certain. There you go. They thought that Yevon was after her. That she was the one that Yevon wanted. But no, alas. Alas, alack. These things are not true. We'll be bringing you back into town ourselves. Oh, let the shapeshifter go. He didn't do that much harm to anybody, right? He was just there, being a dude being a bro being a dude. Oh, well, I guess I deserve it. I did shapeshift into a girl. No, he wasn't a girl long enough. Okay. We actually don't know the... Oh, no, I say he. We actually don't know the gender of the fakie. Fakie could have been a man or a woman, or anything in between, or outside that. So, yep, I'm completely fine. What a miracle. Who was the person who helped you, anyway? Oh, you might not want to know. What do you mean? What do you mean, Ciel? Well, it was Yevon, the person we met back at Orenburg, called me. It was Ivan and Chumpy, right? Was that what he called them? Ivan and Chumpy? Because that's fantastic. I love it. I love it to death. It's my favorite thing ever. I want to call my next child. Well, first child. I want to call my firstborn child Chumpy. Are you really alright? That's the third time you asked. I'm fine, Florian. Stop being all up in my stuff. You're not my mom. But it must have been a bad experience. I can't believe you're just merely going along. You don't regret leaving Emerine after this? Like, yeah, she was kidnapped, but it could have been a lot worse. Like, it could have been an immensely more terrifying experience, and it was not. So I really think that they should be thankful for that. You know. I had a couple of tears. Nothing. Nope. I don't know why you're asking. Because normal people probably would cry. You should cry, Ciel, cry for me. I don't think I'm being too unreasonable. Come on, Florian. You've never seen me cry. I have a hard time believing you shouldn't cry at least once. Like, ever. She did. She totally did. It just... Maybe she's not human. Maybe she lacks tear ducts. That's the twist. That is the twist of the game. None of them are human. Well, Ciel isn't human. She's some kind of creature from something. I don't know where I was going with that. I had the idea, then I just lost it halfway through. It really felt weird not having you nearby because you're always around me all the time, forever and ever. I prefer it this way. When you're here. See, it's one of those weird ones too. I was talking about this last time. It's like, it's one of those ones where like, you write it and you understand what it means, but then when you actually try to act it out, it's a weird thing, and I've done it and run across it. And it's just like, ugh, erg, rug. And it's one of those things where it's like the actual phoneme that you like say isn't what's spelled out, and it's a weird thing to me. It's a weird thing to me, but I guess it's like the most reasonable approximation or something. I guess. Look, don't worry about it. There's no way you would have known that you'd be kidnapped and have your body shapeshifted from a person. Nah. Maybe she did get kidnapped on purpose. I don't know why I'm making all these, like, weird accusations. There's nothing to say that she did any of these things. What do I have to say? Really? It looks like I'm getting somewhere after all, then. Oh, look. Anton is really getting ahead of us. We should hurry up, too. You go ahead and catch up with Anton. At the very least, huh? Yeah. Guess there wasn't a point in asking. It really feels like I'm doing all the worrying for her. I wish I could go forward like her. But I can't forget about it. What? I wouldn't be here if it didn't happen, but... See something, there's something else going on. Oh gosh, it's changing! Oh wait, hold on, let me slow down. What's going on? Oh, it's the guy from before, okay. Martian. Let's take a short break here. Let's see, let's take a short break here. A lot happened just now, after all. It's like a mid-story break. Oh, but I should mention that what I'm telling you isn't... Wait, but I should mention that what I'm telling you isn't all that happened. They had countless adventures in between, too. Keep that in mind. What do you think so far? As for me, I'm really happy for Ciel. She was always in a rush to learn about things, but never gave herself much thought. Why is, like, one eye down? Did something happen to that eye? Are you hurt, dude? It looks like that's changed all for the better. But is that the same for her companion? Before we get to that, there's still the trip to the Vierne Kingdom. The next part is one of my favorites. Ciel meets someone special there. A certain someone similar to Ciel herself. Watching over Vierne from a tower. A certain someone similar to Ciel herself. Really? Oh. Sibilance, man. The sibilance there. I'm gonna add that to my vocal warm-ups. A certain someone similar to Ciel herself. The pages for the Vierne Kingdom are missing. What? It looks like someone didn't write them yet. The creators of the game? Did the creators of the game not write that section yet? Oh my. It looks like we'll have to skip the part with Vierne for now. I mean, I know the story, but I didn't practice telling it yet. I thought the pages would be here. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad. Maybe if one day enough people wish for it, you'll be able to meet him. Oh? Wait a minute. Whoa! Something lights up the book. The Vierne Kingdom stories are glowing. Oh, see, that makes sense. Wow, it looks like they're done after all. I'm sorry if I made you worry, and thank you for your patience. Now then, let's get right to it. And we're moving on to the... Oh, and so after some time. Okay, so it looks like we're moving on to, like, the next, like, section of the game. So I get that makes sense. There was this whole thing... I'm gonna save. There was this whole thing, like, where, like... My slots. Where you could, like, there was, like, stuff that was blanked out. I just assumed it was one of those things where you could, you had to do, like, more routes or whatever. But, okay, so at this point... I like the game. It's... My only major complaint so far, and this may change with this last section, is that it does feel a little... What's what I'm looking for? Like, it feels a little... I don't want to say shallow. That's not what I'm looking for. But, like, the characters are very basic characters. There's not a whole lot of depth to them, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, you know, it's kind of relying on the, childhood friend and his brother. Like, they're very, you know, they're very, very cookie cutter-esque characters. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I really enjoy the art. I really like, the story is really simple, but it's a very simple story, but it's an enjoyable story. And I definitely feel like there's more underneath that's just kind of waiting to pop up, so that's really cool. I'm waiting for it to come. It's bubbling. I can feel it underneath. Like, there's definitely some more stuff with Yevon. I'm definitely wanting to go back and do the Yevon's route. Then that's all that really matters, because I want to see what happens next with Yevon, and I want to see, you know, they just dropped this weird thing with this narrative hook with Florian, with the, if it wasn't for the thing, I wouldn't be here. So I definitely want to do that, and I definitely kind of want to go do Anton's route, because I'm assuming that the times where he went away are times when she would have in theory gone with him. So that's all that really matters, is even if everything feels kind of like, even though everything feels kind of cookie cutter, it still like makes me want to go back and play the other routes to see what happens, because I am curious, especially with Yevon. Like, there's something going on with Yevon, and I want to see what it is. So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So for a shortish game it's free to play, and I think was made like by like a very small person studio, maybe like 1 or 2 people, I'm not really sure. It's good stuff. Alright, so next time on Otome Hell, we're gonna probably move into the last act of Magical Otoge Ciel. That's what it feels like to me. And have some fun. I'm curious to see what happens next.